Welcome, Sagittarius, to your energy reading for what your spirit guides want to tell you at this time. You clicked on this video for a divine reason, so let's go ahead and see what they have for you. Of course, as always, take what makes sense for you and your story. If anything does connect, if you don't mind supporting with a like, comment, subscribe, it really does help out a lot. Of course, we'd love to have you a part of the channel, so welcome in and hope you are doing well. Let's go ahead and just see with the tarot here, what is the energy for Sagittarius that we need to talk about? What is most important? Thank you for your messages. And let's see where we go for Sagittarius. All right, so we have, it's interesting because I was hearing in my mind, like, speaking about the Leo season that we're in right now. We will be going into Virgo season later on in August. I was going to say, I feel like you could be feeling in your element, or I feel like this could be what's incoming for you. This card also came up in Leo's reading, so if you have Leo in your chart, maybe check that out. But you have the Ace of Wands, so this is a new beginning. This is a blessing and opportunity from the universe, something that is going to be uplifting, passionate, a great idea that turns into some sort of manifestation that you have been wanting, maybe for a very long time, maybe even as far back as childhood. This card is talking about an amazing opportunity. So be bold and courageous and optimistic. Now is the time to take action. Do what you are passionate about. There was a very strong message in that reading, in Leo's reading, about following your inspirations, your impulses. Like, for example, like a good idea that you get, like you could just be driving down the road and you're like, oh, that's a good idea. Like, I should try this or I should try that. Like, in whatever it is that maybe you've been working on or wanting to create. It's like maybe you've been trying to think of like how to move forward or what to create, maybe at all, like whatever it is. I just feel like there's something about this season. And what's interesting too is there's a new moon in the back. We literally are having tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, a new moon eclipse in the sign of Leo as well. So new moons talk about new beginnings as well as this Ace of Wands here. So it's like, let your imagination run wild as it is feeling good. Of course, like if you're imagining things, if you're getting ideas, and then you're like shooting them down or killing them with like disbelief, or like, oh, that's impossible. Oh, that can't happen to me. Or I don't really see how that's going to happen. Like, I want $1 million, but the likelihood of that happening is like, you know, so rare. And it's just like, but your perspective is, like, your mindset is so powerful, Sagittarius. And I feel like you already know this, but I just feel like there's something about your spirit guides wanting to remind you to believe in the impossible. Like this little dragon here with wings, this bearded dragon. Maybe some of you have a bearded dragon. Definitely let me know if you do. I love little lizards and stuff. But yeah, I just feel like there's something here about being childlike. And does it have to really be do you have to be childish in order to believe in your dreams? No, but at the same time, it's not saying to be a child necessarily, but it's like, be like a child, and that allow yourself that innocence of dreaming and imagination. And I feel like Sagittarius, like I feel like most of you already get this, because you being a fire sign, and in Sagittarius energy, it's all about exploration and learning and excitement and adventure. And maybe you were somebody who like was very fantasy oriented growing up. Maybe you created forts and that was your lair, or you would like dress up in a certain way and pretend you were a mermaid or a unicorn, or you know, just believed in magic. Do you believe in magic, Sagittarius? Do you believe in magic still? Do you believe that anything is possible? Or has life, or let me just say society, has society really caused you? This is just, I'm not saying this has happened. It's something to just ask yourself. Has society or has people caused you to lose your belief in fantasy and what is capable, or what you're capable of, or what is possible to happen for you, or things that spirit is really wanting you to think about, and allow yourself to have joy in the fantasy of your own mind. Even if it's not like something that has manifested for you, you can still enjoy that imagination and creation too, because I feel like there's something about artistry here. Maybe I'm talking to someone who like draws fantasy art. Maybe I'm talking to a fantasy author or something like that, or maybe that's something you're being called to do or that you want to do. Maybe that's part of this idea or passion, creativity that's coming through. But I'm telling you, like there is a new beginning that is incoming, and I will say too, I feel that there's going to be something that awakens you to how powerful you truly are, but also that magic is something that is real and exists. It's like having a newfound sense of belief in the magic of life. I like that. Having a newfound belief in the magic of life. Yeah, for sure. So let's see what else wants to come through for Sagittarius. The Nine of Wands. So yeah, this makes sense with the Nine of Wands. And this also, did this come up in? I don't know. Now I'm getting a little confused because I'm not sure. I feel like this came up in Aries reading. I don't know if it came up in Leo's reading. I can't remember now, but definitely check out any of the other signs that you feel drawn to. But the Nine of Wands talks about coming to the end of a cycle where you have felt like you have been on a long journey, Sagittarius, of trials, tribulations, maybe feeling like you've tried so many different ideas as well. These pair together quite interestingly, because it's like there is a new beginning, and I feel that there is either an idea that you already have or that's going to be incoming for you that is going to take you into this new beginning. But it's like also that's why I feel I was saying, like, what has caused you to lose faith? Is it because you have gone through so many situations or tried so many different avenues, or and this doesn't just have to do with like an art project. This could be like your relationships. This could be your work, your career. This could be your home life, like whatever it is. Maybe this talks about doing the same things over and over, but still feeling like nothing is working, or somehow you're feeling like blocked, or things are just disappointing. It's like you try. Like, for example, in the Ace of Wands here, like the plants here, maybe you're trying to grow something. And so, and whatever it is, it doesn't have to be a plant, obviously, but just for the analogy, it's like trying to grow a tree. And it's like you've put a lot of time, effort, energy, resources even, and every time you have tried, it hasn't worked. But what's beautiful about these cards is that there's something about this time right now that your spirit guides are wanting to emphasize, to say that, hey, there's an idea, there is something, some sort of clarity or awareness or inspiration that you have already received, or that you will be receiving, that is going to be the idea that does work, that does create this thing that you are wanting to create. But you're being called to get out of this like adulting or ego type of perspective of like, well, that's not possible, I can't do that, and or I'm getting all these ideas and yeah, they sound good, but I've tried so many times and nothing seems to work, so why try this? But it's like, don't give up, even though you may be feeling weary or tired or overwhelmed, because with the 9 plus the 1 is a 10. There is a 10 of Wands in the tarot as well. Sorry, I felt like I had something like a crumb or something that like was in my mouth. But yeah, I know that's really weird, but I feel like that's a message there because I feel like there's something in your like energy that needs to be cleared. I'm actually going to get some water. If you feel like you have been not drinking enough water, definitely drink more water. But I feel like there's something about cleansing your energy, Sagittarius, when it comes to like things that haven't worked out in the past. And especially if you have been feeling like overwhelmed or tired because so much of what you have tried in the past just has not played out in the way that you wanted or expected. I hope that's making sense. But this card is saying, protect what you have created, be prepared, never give up, ask your angels for help, environmental activism, and animal rights. So stand up for what you believe in, especially when it comes to your own life, not just with other people. Because this is the thing. Sometimes we can be the best guide to others, but sometimes we're the worst guide to ourselves because it's like, even though we may have great knowledge, wisdom, experience, sometimes we can get in our own way because of our perspective. So I don't know if there's something about cleansing your perspective, and it's like practicing what you preach in a way, which I mean, we're all guilty of at times. Like, I mean, I'm a tarot reader and I'm preaching all day, every day about stuff. But when the cameras are off and I'm not doing tarot readings and life is happening, sometimes I'm not the best at like following that wisdom that, I have enough experience, I have enough knowledge. Like it's like, why am I sabotaging myself? Why am I not listening to my own guidance? So maybe this is something that you have been struggling with in some ways, which is totally understandable and it's natural, especially when we're looking at our circumstances and also like, especially when it comes to your belief system. Like, do you truly believe what you are capable of? Do you believe in the magic of life? Do you believe that one of these ideas, while you may have many, one of them is an idea that is going to truly go the distance and really explode in a way that you don't really see right now? I hope that makes sense. I'm gonna get one more card to see what else Spirit has for you, and then I'll get a Spirit guide oracle message for you. But I just feel like this is interesting how it's kind of all coming together. But I just feel like there has been some sort of burden that needs to be released in order to have this clarity. Yeah, wow. Okay, so you got a few cards here. So we have the Hanged Man, which is awakening energy. This is Pisces energy. But there is this crossroads. Right now, you may be feeling stuck. But this is actually a blessing in disguise because you are being called to believe. You're being called to believe in magic, because even in this awakening card, it doesn't show in this illustration, but in the typical tarot decks, this person is upside down, but their head is illuminated. Like how this angel is up here, their head is illuminated because they are awakened. This is like a time where you may be feeling like things are kind of working against you, but it's actually a blessing in disguise to help awaken you to the magic that you have inside of you, and needing to end or release this sort of burden that doesn't work. Because it's like kind of trying all these, let's say for example, and I'm not saying this is your exact situation, but this is just an example. It's kind of like doing a bunch of working a bunch of jobs that, yeah, maybe it pays the bills, but it doesn't really make you happy. And so you're like going from job to job to job looking for something that's going to make you happy, but you're choosing jobs that aren't actually what you want, because maybe you don't believe that what you want to do for a living is really going to pay you or support you in the way that you deserve. But that's why this awakening is coming through again, to say, that you are being awakened, or there's something that is going to come through, an idea or an opportunity that is going to light you up, that you are going to, that's important for you to not ignore. Of course, you have the free will to ignore it or not, but there's just something here about like spirit is really watching over you. Your spirit guides are trying to help you see things from a different perspective, but it's up to you whether you choose to do the same things over and over expecting different results, or have trust and faith in following this brand new opportunity that comes through. You also have a few other cards here. You have the Tower card, which is transformation. So there may be something having to do with your foundation that could be shifting around this time. But this can talk about, like, for me, catalyst energy. Like things may be causing you to feel stuck, or things may be crumbling down where you feel like you have to protect yourself in some way. But it's only because you have, what I feel in this reading is saying, you have held yourself back long enough. Because we have the Ten of Swords as well. And this is also an ending energy, ending things that have been hurtful or painful, or just not really in alignment with your soul, with the magic that you have inside of you to create what it is you truly want. And so it's like in this card, it's like this person has packed their bags. They're done with whatever situation they have been in. They're tired of fighting and doing the same things over and over, expecting different results, and taking some time to figure out where they want to go next. And in that process of looking within and listening to that spiritual call, you receive that inspiration. And then you have the Chariot, which is you being delivered by spirit through your inspiration, through these ideas that feel the best to you, that you are going to feel in your heart and soul are the right things to move towards. You are going to see how victorious you truly are. I want to read what these cards are saying, and then I'll get you a spirit guide oracle message here. But this awakening card is talking about a temporary pause for reflection and insight, an awakening where you see things in a whole new light. Embrace your uniqueness and charitable actions. So still be your kind, true, loving, supportive, wise self to others. Be that light to others. But this is a time to also take time out to do that for yourself. This Tower card of transformation talks about a significant life experience that requires changes to be made. Powerful and often unexpected revelations, breaking free of procrastination, releasing old belief systems. This is what I'm saying. What do you believe? And what choices are you making based on that belief? This was a strong message that came up in Leo's reading. So again, if you have Leo in your chart, definitely check that out. But this Ten of Swords is the end of a situation that will bring relief, but it can also bring sadness. The opportunity for new happiness, a weight off your shoulders, the end of an addiction, a melodramatic reaction. So this is saying to not, I feel like some of you are being really hard on yourself. Maybe you have been hard on yourself because others have been hard on you. But maybe that's part of the sadness and disappointment, because it's like maybe there are people that you have wanted to keep in your life. People, places, things, whatever it is. But it's like, it's time to pack your bags, so to speak, and go in this other direction that you are being called to. But only you have the power to, again, continue fighting in a way that sabotages yourself. But I feel like in some way, like if you keep doing that, that's where I feel like the Tower is going to come through to crumble that foundation, so that, maybe there is some sort of loss that may take place that will cause you to, and it's not like spirit is forcing you because you have free will, but it's like sometimes spirit has things fall away. Sometimes things don't work out, and sometimes there are losses in order for these new things to come through. And so it's like not feeling like a victim that this is happening to you. It's happening for you. But it's like, how should I say it? What's a good, it's kind of like a foundation of a house, I think is probably the best analogy. It's like you try to continue patching up the foundation when really in reality it's eventually going to crumble down. You can fix it, you can hold it up as many times as you want, but it's not sustainable. Eventually the whole thing's going to fall down. So again, whatever this is, whether it's a belief system, a mindset, a way of doing things, taking action, whether it's having to do with the people you're surrounded by, the work that you do, whatever it is. It's like, in order for you to live a happy life, you got to follow your joy. You got to follow your heart and soul, not follow what other people think you should or shouldn't be doing, or following the rule book or path that has already proven to you many times before doesn't really work and doesn't make you happy. And I know it's sometimes easier said than done when you're in that kind of mindset or belief system that society has taught you. But it's again, and I'm not saying all of you are necessarily just like following what society tells you all the time, but there's just something important here that you have been holding back from because of either other people or your situation or society, whatever, or even just with what you've been taught before. It's like, well, I don't really know a different way. I don't really, like, how am I supposed to go a different way when I don't know what that is? But that's why you have the hanged man here, because you're being called to see things from a different perspective and take time out to be able to sit with yourself and listen and contemplate and imagine what could be possible, and be open to the ideas that spirit will bring into your energy, that will bring to your awareness, that will help you see and know in your heart and soul, like, yes, this is a great idea. Let's try this. And even though you can't see down the road, don't sabotage it just because it may seem like, just an imagination. Does that make sense? I hope that's making sense. But I'm telling you, spirit is calling you through your intuition. It's calling you through your heart. Your logical mind may try to excuse it away, but don't let your ego sabotage you from allowing in these blessings that are trying to come through. The Chariot card says rewards that come from hard work, successfully balancing many priorities at once, determination and willpower, public recognition. And what I feel like this, it's not talking about hard work where you have to like work 80 hours a week. That's not what this talks about. Rewards come from not working or being hard on yourself. It comes from you following that intuitive spiritual calling or idea or inspiration or passion that comes from balance and stability and security and trust within your own and within your own gut instinct. I hope that's making sense. But I'm just saying that there's a path that is opening up for you that your spirit guides will awaken you to, but it's up to you whether you move towards that or not. Let's go ahead and get a spirit guide oracle message or two and see what else your spirit guides have for you. Oh my gosh, yes. Okay, perfect. Perfectly in alignment with what I've been saying. So not only do you have memories, which is talking about the past. So this is something that I was feeling with the 9 of Wands. These past situations, people, these past beliefs. These are the things that are changing around this time. And then you have listen, which is what I was saying about listening to the call of spirit so you know what decision to make moving forward. And then you have soul solitude, being able to take time out for yourself to heal, to relax, to reconnect, and to cleanse your energy so that you are clear, so that it will make perfect sense when this opportunity, when this blessing comes through, that there will be no questioning it. There'll be no doubting it because you've done that inner work. This memories card is saying your memories are like diamonds in the treasure chest of your spirit. More and more memories are arising within you. So remember the happier moments with your loved ones who are here in the spirit world. For neither time nor distance can stop the energy of love that you have for one another. So if there is a loved one on the other side that maybe you've been thinking of, maybe you have a picture of them, maybe you have a note of theirs, maybe you pray to them, talk to them, maybe you're getting signs, synchronicities around, maybe that will be what's incoming for you. Pay attention to those, but know that this loved one and even your spirit guides and higher self never leaves you. They're all around you all the time. And so it's just about you tapping into that energy and being able to receive what they're wanting to communicate to you. This card says you have to be willing to listen if you really want to understand someone or a spirit. Now is not the time to be offering advice, but to be a compassionate listener. That's what I was saying before, that you are very knowledgeable, very wise, and give sound advice and guidance to others. But now is a time for you to receive this guidance and advice and wisdom from spirit so that you can be guided to where you deserve to go as well. This says, to listen fully and to listen fully and intently means to pay attention, not to just what's being said, but what lies beneath the words. So it's the feeling. This is why I'm saying it's coming from your heart and soul. It may not, and your ideas. Like, of course, it can be an idea. It may not be like, when we're talking about listening to spirit, it's not necessarily going to be like someone talking in your ear saying like, do this, do that, go here, go there. It's going to be more of like a feeling. Of course, some of you, there can be, I'm not discounting it. I mean, of course, you can hear certain things, like whether it's clairaudience or whether it's, thoughts in your head that's like, where did that come from? It's coming from spirit. Especially if it feels good. If it doesn't feel good, it's not coming from your spirit guides and angels, it's coming from your ego. So just maybe that's a better way of being able to discern, listening to the messages that want to come through. You also have soul solitude, talking about your soul needs attention. There are moments when it's important to get away, not just from the noise of the outside world, but to find a place where your soul can experience peace and quiet, a place for soul solitude. This is a time to pause, a time to reflect, a time for you, which is in perfect alignment with this awakening. This is a time of your awakening where you are releasing an old version of what you are believing and what you are choosing to act on. What wolf are you going to feed? Are you going to feed the wolf of fear, doubt, worry, anxiety, doing the same things over and over, expecting different results? Or are you going to listen to the wolf of spirit, of guidance and support and of inspiration that is going to give you the idea to manifest your dream? I hope this helped and made sense. Sagittarius, definitely let me know down below. Thank you so much for choosing me to read your energy. If you would like to donate or book a reading with me, you can do so through my link tree down below. Thank you to everyone who has donated. It's really helped me out a lot. But until next time, have a blessed day.